Ladies, young ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. Once again, you are welcome here on your platform, the much-loved platform for awakening consciousness. So, this is the headline of international news. The President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has openly accused President Putin of violating the ceasefire agreement. And so, according to him, this is what justifies Ukraine's response by also violating this agreement. You remember we announced a video conference earlier during which we announced that Zelensky has started to undermine the agreement. We also described how Zelensky was undermining this agreement through this attack on a Russian energy infrastructure. So Zelensky did not stop there. He is, at the moment we are speaking, he has arrived in Finland as part of his ongoing diplomatic battle, ultimately to ensure Ukraine's security. Arrived in Finland, he once again repeated his accusations against the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, whom he considers as someone ready to return to war at any moment. And that is why he is seeking maximum support to ensure his security during the ceasefire and even after the ceasefire, when a definitive peace agreement is reached. So, this is how we have the special envoy from the United States of America, the special envoy of Donald Trump to Ukraine. Here is his special envoy for negotiations and everything, who is currently staying on that side. He came out behind Ukraine, he spoke up and started to truly defend President Vladimir Putin. So now we have in front of us an American administration that is taking a stand in favor of Russia. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what must first be said is that Russia obviously had already launched drones towards certain energy infrastructures. And so, in the context of this video conference, it is this situation that we are going to discuss. But before continuing, I ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible in all groups. Share it, and above all, I insist, you must always leave a comment. Even if you just put SOT, you must do it. Make sure there are many comments. It cracks the algorithm of the platform and gives visibility to our video conference. And above all, the shares, they motivate me in more ways than one. It shows me that obviously the information we are sharing, you are interested in. Let's dive deep, ladies and gentlemen. So, what needs to be said? Russia had already planned attacks on energy infrastructures in Ukraine. But Russia had planned these attacks before President Vladimir Putin gave the order to stop hostilities and observe the ceasefire. And so, the missiles had already moved when the soldiers received Putin's order. And Russia, in good faith, chose to shoot down its own drones. There you go, to prevent these drones from reaching their target. This is as a gesture of goodwill. And so this is what Zelensky observed. He said, okay, since Russia is continuing to launch, we will also launch. So, for him, he did it deliberately. And as he continues, the accusations, Donald Trump's special envoy spoke up. So, let's go with the official information. Donald Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, denies the allegations, including those from Zelensky, which claim that Russia allegedly violated the ceasefire agreement reached between Putin and Donald Trump from Thursday night to Friday. He says that Russia did not violate it. According to Witkoff, all the attacks that occurred last night must have been launched before Putin's order. Before Putin's order to cease strikes against Ukrainian energy infrastructure. And it is he himself who speaks in a video he released. Here is his face. There you go. You can see him. It's in a video he released and he himself speaks, he talks. So, Russia is defended by the United States of America. But also what needs to be said, he added this. He says that Russia is acting in good faith in the negotiations with Ukraine. He says this. I tend to believe that President Putin is acting in good faith. He told President Trump that he would act in good faith. I believe him. So, that's Donald Trump's special envoy speaking like that. He spoke this way in an interview with Bloomberg TV. Here is the image I just showed you. And so, this page is closed. Maybe what happened was an incident. The rest we will follow. We will follow. We will see what happens. There you go. Since maybe we won't say it was a mistake, but these were strikes that were already planned. Since these strikes were already planned and Russia itself, in good faith, decided to stop, there is no problem at this level. We cannot blame Vladimir Putin. And so Vladimir Zelensky makes another statement. He says this. He says, I believe the war can end this year with a decent loss. In any case, whatever happens, Zelensky still feels that the conflict will end this year. Then he continues by saying, he says, but security guarantees are absolutely necessary. Otherwise, Putin will return to war. That's his nature. So he continues to view Vladimir Putin as really someone who loves conflict a lot, someone who wants at all costs to bring Ukraine to its knees. However, looking at what has been happening lately, Vladimir Putin is acting in good faith. And he is a man of peace. He does not want conflict. That is why, even with the United States of America, he is making an effort. Putin is making an effort to ensure that there is no misunderstanding between Russia and the United States of America. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was an international news update that I ask you to share as widely as possible in all groups. There you go. On my end, I will get back to you shortly with new updates. This was the voice of your one and only samurai,